Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. So Bluetti sent me another power station to review, and I'm very thankful of this one. And I believe this one is called the AC70. Yep, the AC70 here. So the AC70, this is, I believe, a 768 watt-hour power station. And we're going to take a look. We're going to unbox it. We're going to see what this one looks like compared to the smaller ones, just to kind of see if maybe this one would help you. All right, so we're going to open this bad boy up. Are you excited, Miss Ramblin Bob?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to pop this one open. Boy, the channel's growing, and I'm very, very excited about being able to have just the opportunity to review these for you guys, because I also learn a lot with this channel. I know Mrs. Ramblin Bob does too, and I know Mrs. Ramblin Bob Cat, or Mr. Ramblin Bob Cat. We haven't figured it out yet. You grab the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay. So yeah, the AC70, guys. Wow, thank you very much, Bluetti. This is an honor to be able to do this. 120 volts, so that's the United States version. If you get the 220, look at, they have many different kinds. If you get the 220, that would be overseas, but I never heard of a 230 or a 100. I think that's in Japan.
Does that say VAC?
Yep, VAC.
What does that stand for?
Voltage. Voltage for AC.
Oh.
Yeah, voltage AC inverter, yeah. So that way it's 120 voltage AC inverter. And then if you had like a 12 volt, it would say 12 volt DC, you know.
I thought a lot of vacuums are going to be in there.
Yeah, that's 120 vacuums in there, guys. In this box, you get 120 Bluetti vacuums. This looks pretty neat. It kind of looks like a really big, like a daddy version of the AC2A, doesn't it? Yeah. The same kind of look. I hope, I haven't seen this much. I saw a little bit of it on the live stream, which I'm there all the time. We missed Tim and Lucas this week. We really enjoy going there because we get to learn a lot about power stations there. Ooh. And Bluetti is definitely one of my favorites.
That's
what is this? Oh, this is the mystery box?
No, that's the whole
That's
thing.
a power station.
Yep.
Okay, that's 120 vacuums right there. All right, so then you get the what have you here. I never read those, guys. Those are always mint until I get in trouble, and then I always read those. So I'll put that in here. And I know Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat loves the boxes, so that's awesome. Oh, this is neat. Look, it does. It looks like a big daddy version of the AC2A. Are you ready to see this one, Mr. Ramblin Bob?
I felt it.
Oh, look at that, guys. You get free salt. Yoo-hoo! Free salt. You can make some potatoes later? Okay, don't eat this, guys. No jokes. It says Silagel. I think this is for
water.
Moisture, yeah. Okay, so don't eat this. Don't eat this, guys.
You could play, what's the game?
I tried once. It's very dry. Don't eat that, guys. Don't eat that. All right. No, I never tried to eat that. Okay. So, you know, we live in a strange society now where you have to, yeah, it's like a cornhole bag. So, like, we live in a strange society that you actually have to put do not eat on there. Like, you know, when you buy a power station, you get a free, you know, bag of candy or something. It's like, but I guess, you know, they have to put a warning label on don't use a hair dryer in the shower. So, warning, warning, warning. Okay. All right, so far, I didn't even see it yet. It looks like the AC2A, just like the daddy version. So I'm really excited seeing this one. All right, yep, see, same top. See, we're gonna go real slow here. See the same top of the AC. No wireless charging, I noticed right away, right?
Yeah.
So the EB3A is wireless charging, but the AC2A does not have the wireless charging on it. I noticed that. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's clean looking. Look at that. You know, guys, I have to be 100% honest. I have favorites, of course. I like Bluetti, I like Pecron, I like VTOMAN. Those are my three favorites right now. I like the looks of Bluetti. I think overall, as far as all the power stations I've ever seen, I think you would agree with this. I think that Bluetti has the most professional looking power stations, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you couldn't hear earlier, Ramblin Bobcat says they have the best boxes.
Yeah, she's in the box already, guys. It doesn't take long here. All right, so that's it here. That's the AC70.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. 100 watt C delivery port and 100 watt C. You get 200 watt delivery ports.
I know you want to look at all the buttons already. Yeah,
that's awesome. Nice screen. Oh, there's no peely thingy on the screen, Miss Ramblin Bob. You're out of luck. I like the buttons.
I'm out of here. I don't know.
Well, I like the buttons. It's like the AC2A, so this is the new wave of Bluetti here. All right, we're gonna look at the accessories that it comes with here. Boy, I'm excited. This is awesome. 768 watt hours on this bad boy. That's that's a nice thing. It's probably that's about 25 pounds or so. Yeah. I don't know exactly. I'll go through the specs later, but it feels like about 25 pounds. Here's your input there. Look at XT60. Oh yeah, buddy, that's a good port, guys. That's a good port. Here's some secret inside information, guys. If you ever see an XT60, normally, don't take my word for it, but normally the positive is always on the side with the square side, and the negative's on the round side. That's an easy way to remember. But always use a multimeter. And you know what? Look at this. Bam! I got a multimeter from Bluetti. This is Bluetti's own multimeter. Look at it. Actually says Bluetti on it. Isn't that cool? We got that from the live stream. So yeah, we are big fans of Bluetti, and we really like how their power stations look very professional.
Bluetti meter.
Yeah, it's a Bluetti meter. There you go. Oh, so there you go. You got a good assortment of little candy here. You got 3 of them here. Oh, this feels nice. Wow, that's very heavy duty. Nice, doesn't it? Here, feel that, Miss Rambling Bob.
Ooh,
That
I
feels,
like that.
That's a very heavy quality, like a heavy duty-ish kind of. Yeah, that's very nice.
Ooh, it's got a little.
Well, would you rather have this or 120 vacuums? I'd rather have this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you gotta. If you get vacuums, guys, you gotta work. I don't want to work.
Like, it's the size of the vacuum. Is it like a tiny? Yeah, I got a lot of questions. You know.
Yeah. The only way that I want to work is I want to work for this channel. I like this channel. I love doing the reviews, guys.
But we do own a Bluetti vacuum.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right, this is all garbage. That's garbage.
I took it off that one too.
And then we're gonna cut off these little labels here. All these warnings, guys. Look at all these warnings, guys. Jeez Louise, I can't believe we live in a time where we have to have all these warnings. Oh, look, I can just tear it. Okay. Tear off those darn warnings, right, Miss Rambling Bob.
Oh, you use your Rambling Bob strength and
I don't have much Rambling Bob strength, I'll tell you that. Well, I was really strong in my former life. I'll tell you what. I don't know what happened this one, but I used to be like
part of that tag.
I used to be like Zeus in my former life, but now I don't know. I think I'm more like who's that? Mary Poppins? Yeah, that's about my strength. Mary Poppins. No. Betty Boop. Yeah, that's probably the muscle strength I have left in life, guys, is about Betty Boop.
Boop boopy doo.
Boop boopy doop. Yeah. Now I see your mother would like this stream because I did boop boopy doop, so she's got to watch this one too. Mrs. Who's that? Mrs. Rambling Auntie Bob? Mother-in-law Bob.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to call her. Mother-in-law Bob? All right, Mrs. Rambling Mother-in-law Bob, if you're listening, awesome. All right, so here's the 3 cables you get. Now they're all ready to go. This is a nice thing that they put on there, guys, but I hate these. I really do. I just like those. All right, we'll throw that over there. Aim it at the cat. Oh, I missed. Okay. Well, she's playing with it now. Okay, so you get, obviously, the power cable, and if you are as astute as I am, you don't see a power brick, which means you can charge this bad boy straight in. So it's got to be, there it is, look at that. Booyah, look at that. There's the AC, and here's your fuse, guys. So you have a blade fuse right there. That's nice. It's right there. And look at that. You have a ground. That's very nice. Now, I didn't see the ground screw. Oh, did I throw it away, guys?
Uh-oh.
Look for a ground screw. Wait, oh, there's something in there rattling. Oh, I thought that was just a piece of thing. That's the ground screw, guys.
I was going to ask what's in the bag. Now we know.
So they put this, look at this huge bag for the little screw. See it in the corner?
It's protected.
That's a whole lot of bag.
It's got its own little hole.
So there you go. So very simple to install, guys. All you need is a screwdriver if someone put it away correctly. And then you pop it like this, and you twist it right in there. I don't use the ground screws all the time. It's very rare, but it's very nice to have that, because if you get some kind of a short or a power surge, it'll go through here into the ground or wherever you have it grounded to, rather than burning out your power station. That's a very cool. And you know what, guys? The bigger power stations that you get, the better off it is to have that grounding screw or that grounding mount, because you know, these are not cheap, guys. I think this one is, what is this, about $500 for this thing? Yeah. You know, but you know what? Like I said, for the quality of Bluetti, oh, it's only got 2 of these too. For the quality of Bluetti is very worth it though. I haven't heard many complaints from Bluetti. Every once in a while, but not too many. Okay, so you got that. You charge it from the wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug that right in right away, and we're just going to let that. This will just be a quick unboxing, guys. We'll get more in depth later here, and then we'll do another update with it. Well, we got. Oh, see, it turned on the same, didn't it? I love that. I really, guys. Did you see that, guys? I'm gonna stop it real quick, and I'm gonna let it shut off. I think it's you might have to turn it off now because it's all happy. So you gotta hold that down, I believe. Yep, off. Oh, you see how I said off 4 times?
It's
okay.
Off.
It's definitely going off. Okay, so watch how this turns on, guys. I like it. I like it a lot. This is like the AC2A. How cool is that, guys? That was like Star Trek kind of thing. So if you look at the AC2A, that's this one here. Now notice that this little guy is like the little baby of. This is like the grandpa or something, or the daddy, and this is like the.
No, it's the mommy and that's the baby.
That's the mommy and the baby. Okay, well, the grandpa and the son for us tough guys on the channel, you know, or the mommy and the baby for the ladies out there. Who knows? Okay, so That's pretty cool though. See, on that one you got the 100 watt C, but on this one, guys, look at that, you got 2 of them. That's awesome for charging. Now the neat thing with that, guys, is you can charge your phones very, very quick with a simple 100 watt cable. But make sure if you use this port, now they didn't give you one, but make sure if you use this port and you're not getting 100 watts out, remember, it's usually not the power station's fault. Usually it's the cable. So if you don't have a proper cable, this is a proper 100 watt 20 volt by 5 amp cable, and if you don't have the right cable, they look identical to the untrained eye. I mean, it's very hard to tell them apart, but there's extra chips in here and extra cables and cords and stuff. There's a lot going on in these cables, more than you think about it. Like if you rip this open, there's a ton of cables in there, you know, like a computer network thing. And when you plug this in, you would get 100 watts out with this. But if you didn't have a proper 100 watt cable, it could limit you possibly at 45 or 65 watts out. So if you do get a less than 100 watt out, always check your cable before you have any problems with the power station here. So here, I like how the screen goes dim. And this also has an app, guys, too. So very cool. And then we'll set up the app here. And then let's see what else we got here. Now here's the XT60. This is a very, very good port. I have to commend, as you see here, see that XT60? Right? So I have to commend Bluetti very much of getting away from that silly, what's it called? The 7909 barrel port. So I don't know if it's on the EB3A. This is the EB3A here. And yep, see, here it is. See this, guys? So you have your AC here, and then you have your DC from your solar panels here. And I never like this. I'm not a fan of barrels, guys. Okay.
Why?
Barrels are. Can you see that? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the top one. Okay. Can you see my hand?
No.
No. Okay. Let me put it up a little bit, guys. I really like not having this barrel. The problem with barrels is the pin to the ring is so close together that the heat generates hot. Where this one has nice shielding. You see all that insulation? Hopefully, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but there's a lot of insulation going on there with all this plastic, and that keeps the heat at bay. Plus, the ports, the pins, they're much bigger and more robust, and that energy goes through there without having as many problems. So this is the EB3A, if you could see that one.
Yeah.
This is the AC2A, and now this is the AC70. Boy, I'm very thankful that a channel is getting big enough to get, this is beautiful equipment. I would take any 3 of these for definitely a camping trip, but I think now I'd be leaning towards this because I like this one because it had the light on it, and then I like this one because it's more updated, right? And less kind of clanky, right? It's less clank because on the newer versions they have the handles that are built in like speakers, so they're very, very. See, it doesn't make any noise.
No.
And then,
you can still stack them.
Yeah, and you can stack them.
Sometimes people do that where they put the handle there, but you can't stack them.
Yeah, that's the worst. Can I have that Energizer there? So this one, very good, but it's clanky, right? But you can still fold it down and put something on top of it. So when you have the EB3A and the AC2A on top, it kind of looks like a Christmas tree now. But this is what Mrs. Ramblin Bob was referring to.
Is that heavy, or is that just me?
That's lithium iron phosphate. It's heavy.
I picked that up, but I did not want to move.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but that's probably about maybe about 10, 11, 12 pounds. So, you know, when you pick up a lithium ion, you can feel it. It's not much heavier, but you can definitely feel it. So if you have to carry it long distances. But she's referring to this handle, guys. I am never ever a fan of any power station with these handles. They were nice when they first came out. This is like the first, I call it first generation run of power stations. And now the second generation run had a lot of foldable ones like the EB3A. And now the third generation seems to have a lot more built in, whether it's in the back or it has the on the sides there where they're like a recess, they call them, a recessed handle. I like those a lot better. It's a very clean look. That's a very professional power station right there. All 3 of these are. But I like, see how they're more rounded. It's more like updated for the times. Ooh, I got a scratch on there already. Holy cow. Crabs. Oh, it's not a scratch. Okay, it's candle wax. Okay, I win. Woohoo! I didn't want to scratch on my power station. I keep them nice and clean because when you need them for an emergency, you want them to work and be very clean and ready to go. I mean, emergency is not something to goof around with. We had 2 power outages this year, and I'll tell you what, I didn't care about either one other than obviously my neighborhood and my friends and family. so what I did is I just, you know, gave my family a power station, and they were able to go a couple hours of the day without even having to worry about. They were able to watch their TV, do their internet, and do a small light, you know, on a little one like this, just for a few hours until the electricity came back on. But imagine if that was out for a day or two, right?
Yeah.
That's where it can get very scary. This would obviously get through a few hours, no problem. Any one of these, I think, could do a few hours if you wanted to do internet, laptop, a light, and maybe a fan or something like that. But you got anything?
I know that people who are out of power for a few days. It was,
Oh yeah, it's scary, guys. It really is scary.
Weather.
Yeah. Well, the snow, it gets heavy, right, and it lays on the lines, guys, and it causes all kinds of problems and headaches.
All kinds of problems.
Okay, so what do you like as far as I like the screens, guys. I like that. Well, it's even got more stuff than that one, and then this one. See how they turn on? That's so cool. Oh yeah, see, look, it's got double bubble there. See this? This only has one, and this has two.
That's why I said off, 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 off.
So it's an AC input and AC output. Guys, that's fantastic. So the input is different from the output in real time. So I like that because normally it's input output, and that is basically input output of everything, right? So now let's split them up. So here's DC input and DC output, DC input, AC input and AC output. I like that a lot. The more stuff that you can have on a meter, guys, less chances that you have to go through the apps to, you know, set all that stuff. You can see it firsthand. Some people don't like apps. However, with Bluetti, guys, let me see if I can let's see here. I gotta turn this out. I gotta let that go on. This is an old phone, so it takes a minute. With the apps, you can use them either with the app or without. But with Bluetti, you can use it directly with Bluetooth, and that is a huge function that I feel that is a very positive thing over other companies. Even Pecron included, they're getting into the app game too, and VTOMAN, I believe, have apps for the bigger ones. I'm not sure, but those are my three favorites, guys.
It's Bluetti Tooth that it connects with?
Yeah, it connects with something called Bluetti Tooth. Yeah. No, I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, so let me see here. I'm gonna now notice that I'm gonna show you guys that. Let's see. I'll show you the whole app next time, but let's see. Let's go to the connections here. Let's go to. Okay, so Bluetooth is on, guys, and notice that Wi-Fi is not. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that, guys. But Wi-Fi is not on, but Bluetooth is on, and I have airplane mode on. Now that's very good because that, for me, is the most secure settings for Bluetooth. Is you don't get interrupted because of any kind of updates or anything with the airplaning mode on, and then you have the Bluetooth, which is a local, not really jarred, but a local network kind of. Well, it's Bluetooth. That you have to be very close to be able to, you know, hack or something into that.
Oh.
So, like, if you're on the Wi-Fi, see, someone could hack you from around the world.
I thought airplane mode just meant that your phone would get up and fly away every so often and bring back passengers.
No, okay, that's possible, guys. If you put it in airplane mode, your phone might fly away. That's possible. That's possible.
Turns into an airplane.
Okay, so you go right into Bluetti mode here, and there you go. And I'm going to add this in here right away, but we're not going to go through the app today. We're just going to kind of look at it. See, now, you get two options on this, and this is what I really, really like. I think this, by far, is the best company for apps that I've seen so far. I believe EcoFlow is good, too, but I'm not familiar too much about their stuff. I don't have any of their power stations or anything. I didn't get an opportunity to check those yet. But with Bluetti, you have a very, very closed network, so you can either log in or register your product, which we recommend because you get extra time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get extra extension on your warranty if you do the register, of course. So we recommend that. But then after you register it, guys, you don't have to log in. Now, as you see, you'll follow me. Hopefully you can see this now.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit offline mode, which means, now remember, I'm offline. And notice that it found that one right there. It says AC70. So you hit that little button, and it's literally finding it in Bluetooth. Look at that. It's done. Do you see how fast that was?
Bada boom.
That is the fat. And see, it's 436. 437, 436, 436, 437. So it's very, very accurate. That's one thing other companies have to catch up on, is the accuracy of that input output. So notice on here, I'm not going to do the whole thing, guys, but notice you have the DC in and DC out, and you have AC in and AC out. But now see, you have it here. So that's a big upgrade for this system over this little guy. But you really can't hate on this little guy. It's tiny, you know. And here's the neat thing with the app too. Like I said, I don't want to do too much with the app today, but notice that if you go in the offline mode, notice that now the AC2A showed up there, right? And then if you turn on the the EB3A and you refresh this again, guys, watch this. You see that? So now that's how quick. Look, I can hit this button, EB3A, and boom, it goes directly to it. You see how fast you can get.
Ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you rename them in the app? Like, can you change? Those are really like you know.
I think these are serial numbers. Yeah. So I don't know. Let me see.
I guess we can find out eventually.
Let me see here. Let's do AC70. See, I always like to take the serial numbers out, guys. I mean, I don't care. People know my serial numbers. You know.
It's just a really long name to know that it's the AC70. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I guess look at this battery pack. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that battery pack 1. So
look yet.
I'm excited.
Stop it.
Look at that. Let's see. Okay, so that's obviously the one that's inside the system, which is battery pack 1. But I heard rumors, and I'm not sure, but I'll know on the follow-up video, guys. This is just the unboxing today, just to kind of look at this bad boy. I like it so far, and you know it's small.
And let me tell you, it's out of the box.
It's out of the box, yeah. All right, so we'll throw that away now and return this off, so we don't need that anymore. But now, do you see how quick that linked up with Bluetooth, guys? Other companies, I want you to take note of that. That is a very, very huge option or feature for especially older folks like us, guys, that we don't want to goof around with all this internet and all this other stuff. We're all tired of that, you know. So hopefully other companies will kind of get wind of that and kind of catch on. But so far this looks pretty good, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, now here's your MC4s, okay? And then, so that's for your solar panel, guys. Now, these cables are a little skinny here, guys, but they're very taut. You see how it's tough there? I'd like to see these a little bit thicker, would you?
Yeah.
A little bit thicker. But if that's a very, very heavy-duty cable in there, I like how they marked it. See that? PB plus, and it's red. I like that because a lot of people assume that the red is the positive, and it's not always. The cable is usually, but I always double check. But they marked it with red, and they actually labeled it red, so I like that. And then you have the XT60, which is way better, 100% better than this system here with their barrel input. It's 7909, guys, and I really dislike that because every time you're looking through, like we have right now, we have a pile of AC plugs that I could pour on this table, and I think there's, like, how many you think is in there? Like 50? There has to be like 25 to 50, somewhere in between there. And you have to look for the 7909. Now, the one nice thing is you can tell it's obviously bigger than the rest of them, the 5525 and the 5521, but it's still a pain in the butt. I would like all power stations to either go to XT60, Anderson power pole. I'll take this over Anderson, though. I know Jason Roy likes Anderson, but I like XT60. I'm an RC kid, and a lot of this is RC cars and stuff. They don't do a lot of Anderson power pole in the RC world. Or I would like to see these guys, but these are hard to put on a machine because, you know, they would obviously stick out, you know.
Yeah.
It would be kind of neat if they were flush somehow, that we could open them and poke them in like that. That would kind of be neat. Maybe that's a new option that one of these power station companies can look at in the future, is to actually have these inside the molding, and then you open the flap like this, and this thing is like in there. So you like poke it in there or something like that. I don't know, but XT60, that's the way of the future for me as far as connections, guys. And then this one is your XT60 once again. Very, very. You see how stiff these cables are, guys? Look at this. I can literally almost hold this cable up in there. That's how stiff they are. Very good cables. And then this is very high quality. I was shocked about this, right? Little rubber grippy here. That way you could have a good handle on it to pop it out there. Because I'm not a fan of these guys because these get very. Oh, you can't even open that either. Ooh.
Hot?
No, it's just, no, it wouldn't be hot because it's not on.
No, you said they get very, and then you didn't say.
Oh, yeah, well, very hot. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely. Sorry about that. Yeah, they get very warm, guys, because they're very wiggly. And anytime you have a connection of electricity, whether it's AC or DC, and it's wiggly, that causes heat. Any kind of connection in general causes heat, but if it's wiggly, you're making that arc. If you guys understand what a Jacob's ladder is, so it starts out like this. You have these two rods, right, and it'll go like this and go bzzz and get bigger. You've seen that. I know everyone's seen a Jacob's ladder, but a lot of people never know what it's called. Or an arc, which is you have from one point, I'll use these clips here, if you have one point to another point, and electricity has to get so many volts, and then it jumps to the actual next one, depending on how far it is. I mean, that's a lot of stuff you don't even need, but that's what this creates. Okay, so when this wiggles, this creates spaces sometimes, and it causes an arc, and these heat up a lot. If you ever want to test that, just use this for a few minutes and then put your hand like this. Obviously unplug it first. Put your hand like this and you'll feel it. It gets very warm. I'm not a fan of those, but in emergency, yes, absolutely, I agree. This bad boy's been charging pretty good, 69. I think it started at what, 64?
Yeah.
So it's charging at, look at it, 437 watts. I'm pulling that off my other system. the far one, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
What percent are we at? Hit the button, please.
21.
Okay, so we're 21%. Okay, so we're good on the power here. So I'm going to stop charging it because remember that's coming from another power station, and guys, that's not the most efficient way to charge. My whole shop is run off power stations, so I don't want to charge something that's almost 1,000 watt-hours from another power station because you know you lose 10 to 20% in conversion. So there's not much point of doing that. Okay, so that's AC2A, and you can see hopefully now we film on a GoPro, guys, so the GoPro has a kind of a bubble vision. We're using the linear, which is a more straight version, but I want to show you guys the difference of size one more time in a more reality space here. So let me go down a little bit here just so you can see. Okay, so this is the AC2A, of course, and then this is the DAD, if you want. So you can see the height difference here. This is a pretty neat little power station. It's about 204, yeah, about 205 watt-hours. But now, so this is 3 times about the much, actually 3.5 times. 3.5, yeah, so that's a nice little box.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. That's about 25 pounds for sure.
I mean, it's heavy for me, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you like these, right?
Yeah.
Mrs. Ramblin Bob loves her small power stations for sure. That's she's very much into the small power stations. And
All the small ones.
yep, and you know, everybody has a favorite, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, some people don't need a lot of power. You know, when I first started, guys, I bought one that was 600 watt-hours. And now this is a big misconception with solar powers and solar panels and stuff like that, and solar electricity, or power stations in general. You know, so I bought the first one, and it was 600 watt-hours, 622 to be exact watt-hours, and it was rated at that, and I could get about 550 watt-hours, and I thought, boy, I got the bee's knees and the cat's meow right there, because boy, we could run everything in the house until reality sits in, and then you know you find out, boy, that doesn't run very long.
We need more bee's knees.
Yeah, we need more bee's knees, man. I mean, you know, hey,
meows.
you know what though? To be fair, bees have like what, 6 knees?
Do they really? No, they don't.
Isn't that insect? Is a bee an insect?
I don't know.
Guys, all right, super question of the day.
Oh, here we go.
Does a bee have 6 knees or 8? Is it no? Because a spider would be a 8, right? So
Yeah.
I think they have 6. Okay, 6 bees knees. But I was really under the assumption, guys, that I would get a 600 watt power station, and you know that's all I need. But something of a 600 watt power station, or this one at 7 or 8 or up to 1,000, is perfect for camping. Absolutely perfect, or an emergency backup. I think of traveling and stuff like that. Just to give you an idea of how accurate that 768 would be as in reality. This is called rated power, and then you get what's known as a reality battery capacity. So I'm expecting maybe about 650 watt-hours out of here. So that means that you could run, say,
What's it rated at?
768.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And so you get about 660 out of it. I'm guessing. I have to, you know, do the whole test, guys, but I'm guessing probably about 660 watts on there. Real world capacity. I wish they would do that for solar panels. I wish they would put the real world and then the rated. You know what I mean?
So like they would test it a bunch of times and get the average.
In the average setting, yeah.
Yeah.
Like run these bad boys
They're never
through.
always going to be the same, you know.
Well, yeah, because you know you're in many parts of the world. That's why these reviews are very important, guys, because everybody can you know, weigh in with their 2 cents or their opinions or their experiences and say, you know, hey, I have an AC70 and I'm getting 675, and you're like, woohoo, you know. And then one person says, well, I'm getting 650, and then you find out between those two people what was the difference. Were you using AC? Were you using DC? Were you using a higher voltage or a wattage out or a lower, you know? And then you can make a better decision on what power station is good for you and how much power you really need. So to give you an idea, now go back to this. Say this is we're gonna guess 650, okay? I'm just ballparking, maybe 650, 675. So let's say it's 650, and you have a 50-watt laptop. Now that means that you could run it for 13 hours, guys, right? 50 divided by 650 is 13. So you could run that laptop for 13 hours. Now that'll definitely get you through the night if you're camping, right? And then if you have a one that's a little less power, or if you use that for 8 to 10 hours, then you could also put like a light on there too. I wish I would like to see a light on there. That's the one thing I do miss with the EB3A. Is the EB3A had that light on there, guys. I like that. You know, some people hate lights on power stations. I don't get that. That's just me. I liked having that light.
Here's the thing. If you don't have a light, how is Tim gonna have his party?
Oh yeah. On the live stream, he always has a party like that. Yeah, he puts some. He does the flashing one, and then you know, we call aliens and stuff. But all right, well, let's go around the box real quick, and then I'll get into it. Dual fans. I like that. Whoa, that's a big port. Is that dual fans in there? Yep. So you have 2 fans and it look like about 3 inches big. You can see my fingers about maybe 3 or 4 inches. So the fan, I'm gonna guess maybe 3. It's hard to tell because it's inside the casing. So you have 2 fans on this side, and then the other side is the suction. So it actually air comes in the side. And guys, you can use that if you put a little dryer sheet right there. That really keeps the dust out of there. Because if you notice, if you look close, guys, that is a wide open hole right there, and you can literally see I see the AC inverter right on the top and the coils and everything right on the top. So that's something you can do to, you know, keep these things nice and clean. I like to keep, as I said, my power station is very clean because you never know when you're going to have an emergency. Hopefully never, but you never know. Handle is very, very good. I mean, look at this, very, very good. Boy, that's going to break my wrist. That's heavy for a little box. Let's see here. The back is all the what have yous here. These are your baseball stats here. I like that. Rubber feet on the bottom. That's always nice, guys, because if you set it on something that's expensive, it won't damage it. That's nice, because if you were to put this on, you know, expensive equipment, or, you know, you could set it on your car if you had to, right? You could set it on the hood of your trunk of your car, yeah. And the rubber protects the paint rather than scratching straight across here. And then this is notice this is a rubber strip here too.
Oh, is that more protection?
Yeah, and I don't really know. Maybe it's just there for bumps. I like that. It's a little added. I don't know if they have that in the back. Nope, just in the front, guys. I don't know what that's for, but that's nice. It's, you know, a little added protection here. And you always judge the rubber by long distance, so that way if this gets you know, shaggy kind of, you know how rubber kind of peels. I haven't seen that in any of Bluetti's products though, so that's nice. And then you got your let's see here, cigarette lighter in there. That's your output. It's your input, obviously XT60, and it goes up to, look at that, 58 volts. That's awesome. That's all, you know, it's higher than normal. 10 amps at 500 watts. So, you know, 500 watts, that'll charge this bad boy in just under 2 hours probably, or probably 2 hours. And then you got your AC input. Now, one thing I noticed is this has the fuse here. That's what's known as a blade fuse, guys. So you have to poke that open with kind of a screwdriver. Be careful with that, of course. And then there's a glass tube, which is called a blade fuse. You take out of there if you ever want to pop that. Now, one thing I did like, and then your grounding screw, of course. One thing I really did like is with the AC, the EB3A, that had a actual circuit built into it. So that was kind of cool. That way, if you did have a pop, you would never have to, you just hit this button if you were to pop it, and then you just hit the button, and that's nice. So always remember that, guys. If you get a power station like this and it has that blade fuse thing in there, make sure, guys, make sure that you spend a couple bucks and get a few of these. I wish Bluetti would maybe put 1 or 2 of these extra in the box. I think that would be nice, right? I mean, 500 bucks, they could put a blade fuse in there for $1. Sure. I think that would be nice to have, because, guys, imagine if you're camping and all of a sudden that blade pops, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're kind of, you know, you're kind of stuck, right? And that's only for charging, though. You could still use the system, of course. The inside has a circuit in there that automatically resets, but that's nice that you can just go boop, you know, the same as your house, where you click that switch and then boom, you're back in action for charging. So that's helpful, where you don't have to go buy the blade fuse. Now, maybe they can incorporate that back into their system, or that was a pricey thing to add because you put the whole circuit in there with the button and everything, so maybe that costed more, so maybe the blade fuse saved them a bunch of bucks. But I like that. I like that a lot, yeah. And I love the way it turns on. I think that's a very cool space agey kind of thing. I'm a Star Trek fan, guys. Battlestar Galactica, that stuff. And you know, when I was a kid, guys, the more numbers that you have on your dashboard, the better you felt driving. I don't know if it's just me. You know how all the what do they call them, gearheads out there, all the mechanics, and you know, they have their tack up there, they have their oil temperature, their pressure, and you know, they got like 50 things, almost like they're flying an airplane. They got all these gauges and stuff, and you get in the car, you're like, I don't know what half of this stuff does, but it looks awesome, right? It looks like a race car. So I like that a lot.
An airplane.
Well, first impressions, what do you think? I like it a lot so far.
Yeah, it looks great. Love
the case. I like that it's flat. I'm missing that, though.
I really like how it turns on. I really like that feature.
Yeah, I like that too, but I missed this, though, right?
Yeah, I know the little one didn't have it either.
Yep, yeah, the wireless charging we're talking about. You know, I miss having that, guys. I think that's a feature that should be on these.
Especially a bigger one.
Yeah, especially a bigger one.
You know?
Yeah, and you have, I mean, look, you have all this room. You can put a huge phone up there and charge it right away. Yeah, it would be nice to see. Now, maybe it has it in there, and we don't know, right? Who knows? I don't think it does, guys, because it doesn't say it. But that'll be for the next video. I'm going to get all in the you know, the bits and everything with this bad boy, and we're going to do a big shakedown of you know what it has all on there. Go through each function and feature and everything. But we just want to do a first unboxing, guys. A first look. I like this one. How about you?
Yeah.
1 to 10. What do you think?
9.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say 8 or 9. And the only reason that I pulled a couple points off, guys, I'd like to see a light on there.
Yeah.
But I'm a weirdo guy. I like the lights. I like lights. And I like to see the wireless charging. Even though I don't have a wireless phone, I have now being that Mrs. Ramblin Bob is here, she's gonna correct me. I have these little white now hold on, let me see if I can figure it. Guys, I can't, I'm not a good person when it comes to this stuff. The mobile stuff, I'm a computer guy. These things, I call them Apple Buds. I don't know what they're called. My wife gave me these because she got the pro versions, right? You got the fancy ones that have more bass.
Yeah.
Okay, what are these called?
AirPods?
AirPods. That's what, isn't that what I said? AirPod.
No.
Oh, I said that the whole time. Okay, AirPod. But the neat thing is, these, right, you can set up there and you can charge, right?
No.
No.
I don't think those ones have the...
Do the pros do?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I saw it from. Okay, so she has a little box like that and she can put it up there with her pros.
Yeah.
Oh, so you gave me the cheapies, huh? These things are like $200 though. I'm happy with these guys. These are actually amazing. But you could set hers up there, not mine now. Now, see, I kind of feel bad now. I don't have the fanciness. But that's okay. Oh, well. Thank you, dear, for sending it. Okay, so you could take hers, her fancy ones. Maybe when she's sleeping, I'll swap the boxes. She won't know. And then you could set that up there on the ones that have the wireless charging, and you could charge things like that, too. So it's not only for phones, it's for anything. So if you have wireless charging in a tablet, a phone, geez Louise, what are these called again? Earbuds.
Close.
AirPods.
Yeah.
AirPod. Okay, AirPod. Guys, I'm not a technology guy, but I have a technology channel. How weird is that?
Airbud was a golden retriever that played soccer, I'm pretty sure. So.
Airbud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, guys. I don't think I saw that one. All right, so I got a movie I got to go watch. Yeah. Okay, but you know that's just to give you an idea, guys. That's something you could do is put that on there and charge something like that, or charge a big old phone up there, or if you have a tablet that you want to flap up there, like you can see that. Let's see here.
He's getting one right now.
Okay, so you can see that like this is like a 10-inch tablet. You know, that would be big enough to set there, obviously. And then this is a 12-inch tablet, and you could set that there, and you know, you could charge it. Now that would be kind of cool to use that feature. So that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. I love the casing right away. I like it. It's very that's very durable. I mean, this is a hell of a case. So they can definitely take some punishment, guys. I have speakers that are made of this stuff, and this is known as ABS plastic. It's very, very tough. You could literally make a car out of this stuff. It's very tough. I wouldn't want to drive in it, but you could. Not very safe, but very tough as far as scratches and dents and things like that. Easy to clean. It's not a fingerprint magnet. I like that a lot. I don't like fingerprint magnets. I hate that because every time you touch it, it frustrates you because you got 50 fingerprints. It just looks messy. I don't like that. I never did. So I'm going to take 1 point off for the light. I like a light. I'm a weirdo with the lights. I like the lights. And I'm going to take 1 point off for the wireless, and I don't even have wireless charging. But those are the 2 points that I would take off this power station, guys. It's just my opinion. I would possibly like to have seen 3 ports.
Because like the small one.
Like maybe 1, 2, 3, but I don't know. It all depends on what they have in there. Yeah. What would you say?
The small one has the same amount, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one has 2, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Sure enough. So this is basically like, you know, like I said, this is like the Uncle with just a lot more kind of beef in the tank, you know, more junk in the trunk, if you will. That way you have more battery cells, 205 to 768. That's 3.5 times the size. So definitely cool. As far as the grounding, you know, that's a plus, guys. A lot of people won't use it, but that's very nice. If you were to take this on a job site, guys, and you don't have a ground, they will not let you. That's like an OSHA regulation. You cannot have a generator or something like that on a job site unless it's grounded on some job sites. They're very, very picky, especially for commercial. Now, if you do residential, it's different. You know, you can do whatever you want for the most part, other than, you know, be crazy. But yeah, okay. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10 so far as cosmetics and the options right off the bat. On the next video that we're going to see, guys, maybe in a week, we'll put up you know, some all the specs of everything. We'll go through all the buttons, and then we'll do the app for you, and then we'll have a good time, guys. So what do you think? You said 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
I said 8 out of 10. I think both are very, very valid amounts. I think that they're not generous at all. I think they're very good and earned that amount. Bluetti quality, the looks. I like the extra rubber. It's not plastic, it's actual rubber.
Yeah.
Double USB 100 ports. 100 port, right? 20 volts, 5 amps times 2, guys. You can use them at the same time, I bet. We'll run that through and check it. But all right, this is the first look, guys. So ramble on, be safe, guys. If you're not a subscriber, join the subscriber family. Look, we get to see stuff like this. And thanks to you guys, we're actually growing as a channel where the companies are taking note of us because we have pretty good opinions. And that's all we have, guys, is opinions of what we want to see on these power stations to help us and you, because we're a team, and that's what the subscriber family is. It's a team of people coming together and learning about their favorite technology, which this happens to be solar power. So all right, guys, ramble on, be safe, hit that like button. It helps the what is it called,
the algorithm.
The algorithmic. How do you say that?
Algor.
No,
algorithm.
Algorithm, guys. Okay. So I'm still new on YouTube and I'm learning all these fancy terms. There's something called the algorithm. Algorithm? Is that how you say it? Algorithm.
Sounds like.
All right. But it helps other people find this stuff. All right, guys, hit the subscriber button, hit the like button, and we'll definitely see you again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.